Hi guys, today I have a book haul for you guys, and I was doing really well after my last book haul, considering I bought like 18 books or something in the first weekend of May. I haven't got too many to show you guys this time, but I've got a few, and I don't have any other videos planned, so I thought I might as well do this one. Okay, so I've got a few different piles, and I'm going to start with the couple that I got sent. In my last book haul I showed Reboot by Amy Tintera, which I got from Ellen and Unwin for review, and they also sent me Rebel, which is the sequel / finale to the duology, which I didn't realise was a duology until I was writing my review for this, and then I got very sad because I need a third book, and there isn't a third book. Anyway, this is amazing, and I will link my Reboot review down below. My review for this one doesn't go up until Friday, I think, because I'm participating in the blog tour for it. But yes, it was amazing. Then I won Split Second by Casey West from Harper Teen in Australia, which I think they also, like the YA on Twitter, which is where I won it, they call it Between the Covers. Anyway, I won this amazing hardcover edition of the second book, and it is also signed, which is awesome because I've never won anything in my life. But yeah, like I said, this is the sequel to Pivot Point, which I haven't actually read yet, nor do I own. So eventually I will get to this, but it's a beautiful book, and I'm excited. And then yesterday, when I got home, I had a package in the mail, and that was Grey's Domain by Eva Poehler. This is also a sequel. This is the sequel to The Purgatorium. Eva is a very good friend of Chammy and I's, and she's an amazing author. And she sent us this for review. And I still haven't reviewed the first one, but I'm going to marathon these two so I can review them. But yeah, if you're interested in Eva's things, I will leave her blog link below because she's awesome. Yeah. Next, I will do the library books I got this month, and I should take that out because that has my full name on it, and you guys don't need to see my last name. We're not at that stage yet. Are any of these other ones like that? Nope. Anyway, the first one I have is The Cracks in the Kingdom by Jacqueline Moriarty, and this is book 2 in the Colours of Madeline series. The first one is called A Corner of White, which I read last year sometime, and I really liked it, so I had this one on hold for a little while I was waiting for it to come in, and I'm really excited to read it now. Jacqueline Moriarty is an Australian author, and I've been reading a lot of Aussie authors lately. So yeah, this one's sort of like a fantasy sort of thing, kind of. It's really difficult to explain, but it's really good. Another Aussie author that I got is Melina Marchetta, and this is Finnegan of the Rock. Melina is quite popular in Australia, especially in at the moment in YA blogging. I know Ebony, whose YouTube name I can't remember, but her blog, actually it might be her YouTube as well, is Paperbacks and Protagonists. I cannot say protagonists. It's so hard. Yeah, she recently read and reviewed On the Jellicoe Road, and a bunch of other people have been talking about it too. But they didn't have that one in the library, and I really wanted to read one. And I picked this up a couple of times and just never started it. But it looks awesome, and it's also like a fantasy. This one is more fantasy than this one, but yeah. Then I got something that I don't usually read this genre, but I got My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick, which is sort of like a summary contemporary read. I'm sure you've heard of this because it's been out for a little bit and it's quite popular. But yeah, I don't usually read contemporaries. I'm not sure why. But yeah, not really contemporary romance kind of person. But I've been wanting this one forever, and I decided to just borrow it from the library. And if I love it, I'm sure I'll buy it, because the spine is just beautiful, and I have to have that on my bookshelf. Should not have tried to throw that. Next I have Frost by Mariana Bear. I have absolutely no idea what this one is about. I think it's a bit like horror-ish, and I know on Goodreads it doesn't have a very high rating. But I didn't know that when I borrowed it, and I thought I would just give it a go anyway, because it might turn out to be really good. And there's like a red dot on it there. Anyway, the cover is awesome. And finally, from the library, I got Perfect Ruin by Lauren DiStefano, or DiStefano, or whatever. I haven't read Wither, or I should say I haven't finished Wither. I think I'm like 20 pages in or something. But I've been hearing a lot of good things about this one, and I saw it there, so I had to pick it up because I have a problem. If you've been watching my videos, or if you've watched like any of my other videos, you would know my friend Sarah, who I talk about a lot. And if you're watching this, Sarah, you know, you know yourself, hopefully, unless you've forgotten. Sorry, the door just hit me in the knee. Anyway, we've been spending a lot of time together because we go to the same uni and we have a similar timetable. But we've been going into the city. We've gone into the city twice together. And if there's anything that Sarah and I shouldn't do, it's spend time together in a place where there are shops, because we can't talk each other out of shops, which is also why I love spending time with Sarah, because, you know, she'll be like, yeah, you should get it, and I'll be like, okay, awesome, I'll get it then. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago we went into Dimmicks in the city, which is amazing and I love it, and we bought some books. She bought 2, I think, and I can't remember which ones they were, but yeah. I also got 2. The first one I got is The Enemy by Charlie Higson. I heard about this one at PTA Live and I've wanted it ever since, and I was talking to Melbourne on My Mind on Twitter while she was reading this, and she said it was amazing, but it also really, really got to you. This is like a zombie apocalypse set in London, and it's all children. So, or like, there's a mixture of like kids and like teenagers, but it's supposed to be really scary, and it sounds amazing. And I think there are 5 books in the series. So this is the first one, obviously. And then there's The Dead, The Fear, The Sacrifice, and The Fallen. And I believe that it's finished, but I may be wrong. Anyway, really excited for this one. Then I got the most beautiful book I own, which is Middlemarch by George Eliot, and this is the, I can't remember what they call these ones. Are these the Penguin English Library Classics? I'm not sure if these are the Penguin English Library Classic Editions or whether those are just like the paperback versions, but these are beautiful. And I don't usually like pink, which this kind of looks pink, but it's actually like cream. Yeah, it's really beautiful and I love it so much. And this is designed by a lady named Coralie Bickford Smith. And for those of you who don't know I don't imagine any of you will know except for Sarah. The main character in my work in progress story name is Coralie, so that made me very, very happy when I found out. Okay, and so Sarah and I did that thing again yesterday where we spent money that we shouldn't have on books that we didn't really need, or yeah. So we went into a couple of different bookstores. Some of them were like really expensive, but we both got 2 books. We limited ourselves, and these are the 2 I got. So the first one I got is The Winner's Curse by Marie Vrotosky. I've watched this video been hauled so many times and I have no idea how you say her last name still. I didn't think this one was supposed to be out yet, but when I saw it in the bookshop and it was only $16, I had to buy it. And then the lady at the counter was talking about it, how she'd read it, and she also said that they'd gotten an early shipment, so they'd just sold them anyway. And it's amazing, and I can't wait to read it because I've heard such great things about it. Yeah, and it was only $16, which, like, for a new release here, it's like ridiculously cheap. I also got, I'm a little bit upset about this one. But from Dimmicks, I got Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page, and you might be able to tell it got bent. So there's now this, yeah. But it made me sad. But I will hopefully be able to fix that when I cover it, which I don't know if I've mentioned that before. That's why some of my books look ridiculously shiny compared to others, because this is covered and this isn't. And I cover every single one of my books. So hopefully this will look better once I do that. I'm really excited for this one. I've heard such great things about it and it's amazing. And I also didn't think this one was out yet, but apparently it is. And this was $18, which again is pretty cheap for a new release. But I'm so excited for this one. And yeah, it's beautiful. And I love the spine. Like, that is amazing. Anyway, that was my book haul for this week. I am probably going to be buying more books this month. I'm almost on uni break. I have 1 exam. But yeah, I will have more books to show you guys probably. I'm also hopefully going to a meetup in Melbourne. A couple of different people are going to be there. So if by some chance you live in Melbourne and you didn't know about this meetup, you should come. We'll be meeting in Fed Square, probably. I think that's where we're meeting. And we'll just be looking at bookshops. And there is a Goodreads page about it. So you should, if you live in Melbourne, you should join that. Or just in Victoria in general. I hope you guys like this video, and I'm not sure if I'll have a video next week. But I am going to be filming videos with Sarah at some point before July. So those will be going up at some point. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time, whenever that may be. Bye.